close to my mama like your mama ain't dead as fuck. Go put some flowers on that bitch grave, nigga.
The tension in hip-hop just reached a new level of chaos, and it's all because of Boosie Badazz blown drama when Boosie went public, clapping back at none other than T.I. and King Harris over mocking 50 Cent's mother. The moment hit social media like a bomb. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Boosie didn't hold back. Every word, every gesture was calculated to land hard. This wasn't just a casual clapback. This was a declaration. A warning. A spotlight on disrespect that went way too far. King Harris, young and inexperienced in public feuds, suddenly found himself in the crossfire of a legendary rap veteran whose reputation for speaking truth without fear is unmatched. And T.I.? The presence of a rap icon in this storm amplified everything. His silence, at first, added tension, making Boosie's statement hit even harder. Social media blew up instantly. Memes, reaction videos, and heated debates erupted across every platform. Fans were torn. Some praised Boosie for defending respect and family, while others questioned whether this public confrontation could have been avoided. The stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just a personal feud, it's a culture-defining moment, showing how respect, legacy, and public perception collide in the digital age. Every fan, every follower, and every hip-hop artist is watching, waiting for the next move. Will T.I. respond? Will King Harris recover? Or will Boosie's clapback become the defining moment of this drama? The answer could change everything. Because in hip-hop, moments like these aren't just about words, they're about legacy, respect, and how history remembers you. Boosie Badazz didn't just clap back at T.I. and King Harris over a disrespectful comment about 50 Cent's mother. He lit a spark that the entire rap world is now watching. And once a fire this big starts, it's almost impossible to predict where it will spread. Boosie's energy was raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic. Every word hit like a hammer, designed to make sure T.I. and King Harris felt the weight of disrespect in front of millions of fans. This wasn't casual beef, this was a cultural moment. Social media erupted almost immediately, with clips of Boosie's response going viral, reactions flooding in from all corners of the rap community. Some praised his courage to defend family, while others questioned whether this public confrontation was necessary. Either way, it was impossible to ignore. For King Harris, this was an initiation by fire. Being pulled into a feud with veterans like Boosie and T.I. isn't just a lesson in publicity, it's a lesson in survival. Every post, every comment, every reaction from fans could shift the narrative. The pressure is immense, and the digital spotlight leaves little room for mistakes. One wrong move could define how the industry and fans perceive him for years. T.I., on the other hand, represents a calculated presence. He doesn't usually react impulsively. His responses are strategic, crafted to maintain his legacy while managing public perception. But even a veteran like him cannot ignore the fire Boosie started. The silence, at first, added tension as fans speculated. Will T.I. strike back publicly, or will he let this slide? And that uncertainty only made Boosie's clapback feel heavier, sharper, and more impactful. Then there's 50 Cent, the shadow looming over this entire drama. Even without speaking directly, his presence amplifies everything. The fact that this confrontation stemmed from comments about his mother adds an emotional gravity that few in the rap game could ignore. 50 Cent has a history of turning moments like this into cultural milestones, and fans are watching, waiting to see if he will step in, add fuel, or allow Boosie's clapback to dominate the narrative. The social media reaction has been relentless. Memes, reaction videos, and heated debates erupted across Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Fans split into camps, debating who was right, who crossed the line, and what respect truly means in modern hip-hop. Some praised Boosie for standing his ground and defending family honor, while others criticized him for making the situation public instead of handling it privately. The conversation isn't just online, it's dominating hip-hop forums, YouTube comment sections, and even celebrity podcasts. But the stakes go far beyond personal pride. This kind of public feud affects careers, collaborations, and reputations. For King Harris, Being young and relatively new in the public eye, a single misstep could damage his credibility. For T.I., reputation is everything. A public response has to balance defending family and maintaining the respect of the industry. Boosie, meanwhile, risks escalation but also solidifies his image as a fearless defender of principles, which resonates deeply with his fanbase. This moment also reflects a generational clash. Boosie represents old-school authenticity and unapologetic honesty, while King Harris symbolizes the new wave of artists navigating fame in a social media-driven world. T.I. occupies a space between the two, a veteran balancing legacy with modern relevance. The clash isn't just personal, it's symbolic of how hip-hop's culture, respect, and communication are evolving. Fans are not just spectators, they are participants. Every like, share, comment, and reaction influences the momentum of this drama. The digital age has turned audiences into an active force in shaping hip-hop narratives. And that pressure amplifies the stakes. What started as a clapback has become a full-scale cultural conversation, one that could redefine alliances, reputations, and the boundaries of respect in the industry. Boosie's decision to go public wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. In a culture where silence can be misinterpreted as weakness, his statement ensures that the line of respect is unmistakably clear. He has thrown down a gauntlet, and now the world waits for responses. Will T.I. retaliate? Will King Harris rise to defend himself? Will 50 Cent weigh in and shift the balance entirely? Every fan reaction, every social media post, every subtle signal from the artists adds layers to the unfolding narrative. The tension is thick, palpable, and relentless. It's the kind of drama that can dominate headlines for weeks, potentially influencing new music, collaborations, and even public perception of the artists involved. In the midst of this, one truth is undeniable. Respect and family in hip-hop still carry immense weight. Mocking someone's mother isn't just a personal insult, it's a violation of a cultural code. Boosie recognized that, and his response has made it clear that certain boundaries cannot be crossed without consequences. Now, the question lingers. How far will this go? Will the confrontation stay verbal, simmering in comments and social media posts? Or will it escalate into something bigger, diss tracks, public statements, and perhaps alliances being tested? The uncertainty keeps fans on edge, refreshing timelines, analyzing past interviews, and speculating on every move. One thing is certain, hip-hop thrives on moments like these. They define eras, reveal character, and push artists to show who they are when the stakes are highest. Boosie has set the stage, and now it's up to T.I., King Harris, and the broader community to respond. The drama is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. Because once Boosie Badazz went public with his clapback, the entire hip-hop world started holding its breath. Fans, commentators, and fellow artists all knew that when someone this bold speaks, the ripple effect can be massive. This isn't just about Boosie defending respect, it's about how modern hip-hop handles offense, legacy, and family honor under the unforgiving microscope of social media. Every word, every reaction, and every silence matters. King Harris suddenly found himself under intense scrutiny. For a young artist, being pulled into a feud with seasoned veterans is like stepping into a storm without armor. Every post he makes, every reply he gives, is analyzed, dissected, and often misinterpreted. Mistakes aren't just personal, they're public, permanent, and viral. One careless word could shift the entire narrative, and every fan knows it. The pressure on him is immense. Meanwhile, T.I. faces his own delicate balancing act. Known for his strategic approach, T.I. rarely reacts impulsively in public. His legacy, his influence, and the respect he commands mean that every move is measured. But even the most calculated veteran cannot ignore the intensity of Boosie's clapback. The public nature of this confrontation forces a choice: engage, risk escalation, or stay silent and allow Boosie's narrative to dominate. Then there's 50 Cent, whose shadow looms over the situation. Even without a direct statement, his presence amplifies the tension. The fact that the entire conflict originated around remarks about his mother adds layers of emotional gravity that few could navigate lightly. Fans immediately speculated, Will 50 Cent intervene? Will he escalate or let the situation unfold naturally? His history suggests he is capable of turning subtle tension into major cultural events. Social media exploded within hours. Twitter threads, Instagram reels, and TikTok reaction videos flooded every platform. Memes spread like wildfire. Some fans applauded Boosie for defending family honor, calling it a necessary stand. Others criticized the public nature of the feud, arguing that respect could have been enforced privately. Every fan, influencer, and commentator weighed in, making this not just a personal dispute but a cultural spectacle. The generational tension also became evident. Boosie embodies the old-school ethos of hip-hop, direct, fearless, and unfiltered. King Harris represents the new wave, navigating fame in a world dominated by digital scrutiny. T.I. sits between the two, a bridge between old-school authority and modern awareness. Their conflict is more than personal. It's symbolic of the evolution of respect and confrontation in the industry. And the stakes? They could not be higher. Public feuds affect reputations, business opportunities, and alliances. Tours, brand deals, and collaborations hang in the balance. For King Harris, a single misstep could undermine years of legacy building. For T.I., a public miscalculation risks reputation. And for Boosie, while defending family strengthens his credibility, it risks an escalation that could spiral beyond his control. Fans are now active participants. Likes, shares, comments, and reaction videos are not passive. They shape the narrative. Every trending clip, every viral post pushes the story forward, adding fuel to the fire. The audience is no longer just spectators. They're players in the unfolding drama. Boosie's decision to go public wasn't merely reactionary. It was intentional. In a culture where silence can be misinterpreted as weakness, he drew a clear line. He established boundaries and forced everyone involved, T.I., King Harris, and even 50 Cent, to react on his terms. By taking control of the narrative, Boosie ensured the story would be remembered as much for his boldness as for the initial disrespect. This situation also highlights how modern hip-hop conflicts operate. Unlike decades ago, disagreements no longer remain private. Social media transforms them into real-time spectacles. Every comment becomes a headline. Every minor reaction becomes content. This immediacy increases pressure on everyone involved. One wrong move could shift fan perception permanently. The psychological aspect is crucial. Respect and reputation are the currency of hip-hop, and public mockery of someone's family is among the gravest offenses. Boosie understood that, and his clapback was both personal and symbolic, sending a message that certain boundaries cannot be crossed without consequences. Fan bases are polarized. Supporters of Boosie praise his courage and authenticity. T.I.'s fans trust his measured response and legacy-driven strategy. King Harris's followers debate his choices, scrutinizing every post and public appearance. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's audience watches intently, aware that his eventual involvement could tip the scales entirely. The tension is amplified by unpredictability. Hip-hop thrives on moments. If a diss track is dropped, if a live statement is released, or if an indirect shot is fired in an interview, the dynamics shift instantly. What started as a clapback could turn into a multi-layered feud involving lyrical battles, public statements, and social media warfare. Strategically, every player has options. Boosie can continue to escalate, asserting dominance and defending respect. T.I. can respond tactically, maintaining authority while controlling optics. King Harris can either fight to defend his credibility or strategically step back to manage perception. 50 Cent remains the wild card. His timing, words, and influence can change the narrative in unexpected ways. The cultural implications are enormous. This is more than a feud. It is a statement about how respect, family, and legacy operate in modern hip-hop. It reflects the challenges of balancing personal honor with public image, the generational divide, and the intense scrutiny of a global audience. As the story unfolds, every reaction is magnified. Every fan comment is interpreted. Every celebrity opinion adds layers. Social media acts as both amplifier and judge, making the situation unpredictable and high stakes. Ultimately, one thing is clear: hip-hop thrives on moments like these. They define eras, test character, and push artists to reveal who they truly are under pressure. Boosie has set the stage with his clap back, and now the industry, fans, and social media are watching, waiting to see who will respond, how, and when. The drama has entered a new phase. Silence, strategy, and escalation now coexist in a tense standoff. Every next move carries consequences that extend far beyond this single feud. And no one in the hip-hop world will forget how this unfolded. Because what we're witnessing now isn't just a public disagreement, it's a full-blown cultural event, a clash of legacies, and a test of loyalty, reputation, and strategy. Boosie Badazz set the stage with his clapback, and the ripple effect is shaking fans, artists, and social media alike. Every move from T.I., King Harris, and the shadow of 50 Cent is under intense scrutiny, and the world is watching to see who will emerge with credibility intact and who might falter. King Harris, still young and navigating his position in the industry, is in the eye of the storm. The pressure on him is unlike anything he's experienced before. Every tweet, every Instagram post, and every comment from fans and other artists weighs heavily. In today's digital era, mistakes are amplified and public perception can be irreversible. The challenge for him is balancing personal defense with strategic restraint, choosing when to speak, when to ignore, and when to let others define the narrative for him. T.I., the veteran, represents calculated authority. His history in hip-hop teaches that measured responses carry far more weight than reactive outbursts. But even a seasoned artist like T.I. cannot ignore the momentum that Boosie created. Silence in this context is strategic, yes, but it also fuels speculation. Fans debate endlessly. Will T.I. respond directly through lyrics, interviews, or social media? Or will he let Boosie dominate the conversation while maintaining his image of wisdom and control? Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the unseen force hovering over the entire scenario, adds an unpredictable element. His influence in hip-hop is unmatched, and his history proves that he knows how to escalate tension at the perfect moment. Whether he chooses to intervene publicly or simply let the drama unfold, his presence alone intensifies the stakes. When 50 Cent's name enters a feud, every reaction is magnified, every alliance scrutinized, and every comment becomes a headline. Fans and social media have become active participants in this story. Every post, meme, reaction video, and comment amplifies the narrative. The audience is no longer passive. They're shaping how the feud progresses. Supporters of Boosie praise him for defending family honor, celebrating his boldness. Followers of T.I. trust his strategy, recognizing that silence can be a calculated power move. Meanwhile, King Harris's supporters are divided, analyzing every detail to determine whether he is handling the pressure effectively. The public eye has made this personal feud a cultural event, and the stakes are immense. The digital age has changed the rules of engagement in hip-hop. Where once disagreements might have remained private or been settled quietly, now they unfold in real time for millions to witness. Every action is analyzed, every word dissected, and every reaction contributes to the unfolding story. What started as Boosie's clapback has now grown into a multi-layered spectacle involving generational tensions, legacy, and the unspoken rules of respect in the hip-hop community. Boosie's strategy is both defensive and offensive. By going public, he asserts authority and defines the boundaries of respect. He makes it clear that mocking a family is a line that cannot be crossed without consequences. Every fan, peer, and artist watching this knows that Boosie's reputation as someone who speaks truth fearlessly adds weight to his words. The boldness of his approach forces everyone else to react or risk appearing weak. T.I. now faces a critical decision. Any response must balance defending his son and maintaining his authority while also preserving his public image. One misstep could shift public perception, while a calculated statement could reaffirm his dominance as a veteran in the game. The stakes are high because this isn't just about personal feelings. It's about legacy, influence, and the demonstration of strategic authority in hip-hop culture. King Harris is in a precarious position. Young and still building his reputation, he must navigate a landscape filled with conflicting pressures. Reacting too aggressively could damage his credibility, while remaining silent might appear as a concession. The challenge is learning when to assert oneself and when to allow experience and context to guide the narrative. In this situation, he is not just defending personal honor, he is also shaping how the next generation of fans and artists perceive him. The fan reaction has been relentless. Clips of Boosie's initial clapback circulate endlessly, generating memes, analysis videos, and debates across platforms. Every viral post further cements the drama in public consciousness, ensuring this moment will be remembered as a defining point in hip-hop feuds of this era. Comment sections explode with speculation. Who will respond next? Will diss tracks be released? How will alliances shift? The narrative is evolving in real time, shaped by both artists and their audiences. At the center of this storm is the issue of respect, a core value in hip-hop culture. Mocking a family member, especially a mother, crosses a line that few dare to test. Boosie's response is a declaration that certain boundaries cannot be violated without consequences. It reflects not only personal pride, but also the values that underpin the culture itself. Fans and peers alike recognize the significance, which makes the drama resonate far beyond the individuals directly involved. The unfolding situation also highlights generational dynamics. Boosie represents the old-school approach, direct, fearless, and unfiltered. T.I. embodies calculated authority, balancing legacy with strategic silence. King Harris reflects the challenges of youth navigating the intense scrutiny of social media in modern hip-hop. Each perspective contributes to the complexity of the situation, creating a narrative that is both personal and symbolic of broader cultural trends. As this story continues to develop, the possibilities are endless. Public statements, interviews, diss tracks, or subtle social media posts could all escalate the feud further. Each move carries consequences that affect perception, reputation, and alliances. Every fan reaction, every post, and every influencer commentary amplifies the tension. Ultimately, this drama is more than a feud. It's a lesson in modern hip-hop dynamics. It demonstrates the power of public perception, the importance of timing, and the consequences of crossing cultural boundaries. Boosie's initial clapback has set the stage, but the story is far from over. The world watches, waiting to see who will respond, how, and when. In the end, one truth remains. In hip-hop, respect, loyalty, and legacy are non-negotiable. And when those values are tested publicly, the results are unforgettable. This feud will be remembered, not just for the words exchanged, but for the way it revealed the power dynamics, generational tensions, and cultural stakes that define modern rap. The drama isn't over, it's just reached its peak. And everyone watching knows that the next move could change everything. This is the moment every hip-hop fan has been waiting for. Boosie Badazz just went full force on T.I. and King Harris over the shocking 50 Cent mom controversy, and the internet is exploding. The drama is real, the stakes are high, and the reactions are non-stop. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Boosie was 100% justified in his clapback? Should T.I. step in to defend his son, or is silence the stronger move? How far will King Harris go to protect his credibility in the middle of this storm? And where does 50 Cent fit into all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, don't just scroll past. Join the conversation and let your voice be heard, because in situations like this, fan opinions shape the narrative just as much as the artists themselves. Hit that like button if you think respect and family honor are non-negotiable in hip-hop. Smash subscribe and turn on notifications, because this feud is far from over. The next move could come any second, whether it's a diss track, a live statement, or a viral post. You want to be the first to see it. Share this video with your friends who live for hip-hop drama and reactions. This isn't just gossip, it's a cultural moment, and everyone wants a front-row seat to the unfolding story. Stay locked in, because the next chapter in this explosive feud will leave the rap world shocked, and you won't want to miss it.